Hi, it's Wendi Friesen. Glad you could be here. I would like to talk about good hypnosis versus bad hypnosis because there is bad hypnosis. And what is bad hypnosis, you say? Well, there are many different schools and methods of teaching hypnosis. There are really short ones. They're only 2 or 3 days long. There's some cheesy online courses that assume that you have learned hypnosis where you've had no actual training and you haven't interacted with a live human being. And then there are schools that are 6 months or 9 months or a year long, and they're really, really good. So how do you find a great hypnotherapist? Well, one of the ways, I have a directory. It's at www.registeredhypnotherapist.com, and some of them are actually verified. I've verified their training and their references and how many hours they have and if they have an actual office, and some of them I know personally, so you can search there. But here's what I want you to know. There is bad hypnosis. There are definitely hypnotherapists who had a short course and learned how to give direct suggestions. So why would direct suggestions be bad? If I tell you, you will lose weight, you will get thin, you will feel full after a few bites. If I only do that, will that in itself be effective? It's possible, but it's not likely because you may have an internal conflict. There may be a part of you that says, I really need to be fat. In my family growing up, and of course, this is all like on an unconscious level. You're not saying this, but at least I hope you're not. In my family, food was everything. I was rewarded with food when I was sad, when I was hurt, when I was angry. Everything was about food as reward. Now, here's another part of you that says, I really, really want to be healthy and slim. I want to live a life where I can do the things that I love to do and I don't want to get sick and I don't want to have diabetes. So you go on this diet or you hear these affirmations or these direct suggestions, and this part says, yes, but then we're getting rid of our entire family connection, and I have to have that love that comes from food, and these parts start fighting together, and it makes the conflict worse. So if you've ever used affirmations or you've used hypnosis that hasn't worked, that's one reason that that might happen. For instance, if you have migraines, I have excellent results with helping people with migraines. If you had direct suggestions to try and get rid of the migraines, that every time a migraine starts, your body's going to relax, your head is going to become comfortable, and you're going to feel this coolness coming into your body or something like that. Well, if the migraine is serving a purpose, for instance, maybe it gets you out of going to work or gets you out of the responsibilities. Maybe it helps you not to have sex with your husband or wife. Maybe it helps you avoid something that deep down you really do have a fear of, or insomnia or back pain and any number of issues. IBS is such an emotional conflicted illness. If that's the case, and there's a positive reason for having that secondary gain, there's no question that direct suggestion could make the problem flare up and get even worse. So if you've used hypnosis and you've used direct suggestions or affirmations and they've made the problem worse, it's quite possible that you have a self-sabotage issue. So what I do, why does it work? Why is it different? I use a lot of NLP, but do it during trance. I do it while you're in that trance state, and I combine it with the hypnosis methods that I use. I use a lot of future progression, and I take you into a moment in the future where you've already solved the problem, and I ask your inner mind to find all the resources and the feelings and everything that has been learned as a result of having solved that problem. Then I anchor that in, and I take that future moment where you've already solved the problem. You've already, for instance, quit smoking for a year and you don't even think about it anymore. And I ask the mind to attach that and anchor that to something like, let's say, the cigarette. So every time you think of a cigarette, every time you see someone else smoking, every time you smell it or you're in the store looking at packs of them for sale, your mind automatically and instantly takes you to the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs in that future moment where you don't even think about cigarettes, where it's not even an issue. And then I link it with 3 deep breaths. So you may not know why, but you just catch something that's a little trigger that used to just, get you going with the smoking. And you take these 3 deep breaths. On the 3rd deep breath, as you exhale, I have asked your mind to feel calm, content, and at peace. And I've taken those feelings from that future moment, that's a future memory in your brain that is very real, of feeling calm, content, and at peace because you've just forgotten about cigarettes. Then the next thing that your brain does is you're triggered to drink a glass of water, and you want this tall, cool glass of water. Well, with that glass of water, as you drink it, I've anchored in the feelings of satisfaction and love and feeling cool and clean and refreshed, and how good it is is for your body to feel clean. Of course, you don't have to do this consciously. It's not like you say, okay, here's my glass of water. I'm about to feel cool, clean, and refreshed. You don't have to do that. It's already done hypnotically below your conscious awareness. So where you had these massive triggers that made you either overeat or eat when you were sad or angry or happy, or drink too much, or have a craving for a drug and not be able to overcome it, all of these things have to be created with layers and layers and layers of the issues, the outcomes, the future memories, releasing the conflict and the secondary gain and the positive intentions and so many things. So now you understand possibly why some hypnotherapy may not work and why direct suggestion could actually be dangerous. So if someone wants to link a piece of chocolate cake with the idea of eating maggots, for instance. And so every time you think of this chocolate cake, all you think about is, oh, maggots, they make me feel sick. And yet you eat the cake anyway. Is it possible that your brain is going to set up some uncomfortable feelings or actual sickness or illness to make that actually come true? Or if you were stopping smoking and someone asked you to associate negative things like sadness about people who have died from cigarettes, or possibly some chest pains or spitting up blood, or the going to the doctor in fear because you think you have cancer, and they link that to cigarettes, what possible good is that going to do in helping you stop smoking? All it's going to do is put you in a weakened state, full of fear and scared. And we can physically manifest a lot of conditions and symptoms. You already know that. And putting negative suggestions in there is kind of scary. So anyway, that's why some hypnosis works and some doesn't. If you've already used hypnosis CDs and you have tried different methods, don't give up. There are very good hypnotherapists, and there's very good and thorough ways to get to the real core issue of a problem. So thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with me this long. I didn't know I'd keep talking this long, but who knew? Okay. Hey, my best to you. You have an absolutely fabulous day. Oh, and go to Wendi.com, WENDI.com. That's where you can find all of this. Oh, and join me daily for my Power Lunch free video seminars where I hypnotize you to do the right thing. Bye-bye.